Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be going through all of my TBR, both on Kindle and physical, because I don't know, I honestly love to see this type of videos on YouTube and I thought I would just go ahead and film my own. We're right now at November 26th, so I'm not brave enough to say that I will attempt to narrow my TBR to 0, but I kinda do want to know how many books I have yet to read, just to have an idea of how bad my current obsession is, which I know that compared to other people's TBRs, this is not going to be that bad, but for me and for my current book collection, I can almost confidently say that we're on a 50-50 scale. That means that I think that at least 50% of the books that I currently own on my collection I have read and 50% I haven't, but we'll see with the numbers today. Also, I think it's going to be quite difficult for me to confirm my theory because most of the books, at least in my TBR, are on Kindle, and I personally don't buy books over there. I just read the ones that are available on Kindle Unlimited, and as you know, I do have to return those books to be able to read more at some point. So yeah, it's gonna be quite hard, but I'll do my best on my very deficient math skills to let you know at the end of the video if the percentages that I think I'm currently at are accurate or not. But yeah, with that being said, let's go through my physical TBR first. I have my stack of books over here and they're not that bad. If you saw my book collection on my last vlog, I currently have 53 books and the ones that I haven't read are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just 10 books. If you count my current read, it's going to be 11. So it's honestly not that bad. But the only struggle is that these books are not necessarily romance and therefore I'm not always drawn to read them. So that's why it has taken me so long to read all these books, knowing that I've had them for at least 2 years. So yeah, we're gonna start with the first one right here, which is Above the Clouds. This one I believe is a self-help book. This was gifted to me by my aunt. She loves to read this type of books, and this one particularly is about finding peace and wellness on your life. So basically seeing the bright side of things and being happier. I don't even know. I still want to read this one. I just haven't been in the mood to pick it up. Maybe I will feel like picking up this one before the end years just to start all 2024 on the right mindset and all that kind of stuff. So who knows, maybe I will, maybe I won't. Then the second one is Good Men by Arturo Pérez Reverte. This one, on my last vlog, I said that I started and DNF'd it because it was really boring for me, and I always have this dilemma on DNFing things. I always need to finish my series, my movies, my books, even though it takes me 5 fucking years. I need to finish it, otherwise I don't feel accomplished, which I know sounds dramatic, but that's the best way I can explain the reason why I struggle so much with DNFing things. And so I still want to finish this one. I don't know when. I cannot assure I will read it this year, but maybe the next one. This one is about a guy that works at the Real Academia de la Lengua Española, and he's assigned to pick some very valuable books to keep on their archives or something. They're going to go through a lot of struggle to keep those books safe on the Rise archives. So that's basically the whole plot. This book was initially my cousin's. I believe he was assigned to read it on high school and he doesn't even read. So back at the time when I saw it, I first of all didn't have a lot of books, so I thought I would just pick it up. But then I started buying more books that actually interested me, so this was left behind. And then we have Death on the Nile. This was actually a birthday present, I believe last year, from a friend, but by the time she gifted me this one, I had already seen the movie. But still, I want to read it because the movie wasn't that bad, so I can only assume that the book is even better. So yeah, definitely definitely I can say I could pick this book before 2024. We'll see. Then we have The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Brizafon. This one I believe is set in Barcelona, and I actually studied abroad last year over there, but I didn't bring this book with me. I wish I had. I honestly don't know the actual plot of this one. Apparently it's a thriller. That's all I can say. The blurb is not that long, so I cannot really tell what the book is going to be about, but that's The Shadow of the Wind. Then we have this massive book that it's about feminism. I picked it up this year right after March 8th, and back then I was really in the mood to get to know a little bit more about the feminist movement, not only in Mexico but internationally, and I believe this one is only set on Latin America, so I thought I would just start with this one and then maybe continue building up my knowledge on the topic as time passes by. I'm still interested on the topic. I'm just not in the mood right now, but I know I will pick it up eventually. Anyways, this is Women Who Fight Can Be Found by Catalina Ruiz Navarro. Sorry, I'm just looking for the translation because if you saw my last vlog, I did an awful embarrassing job on translating these book titles over to English, and I will not be making that mistake again. I apologize on behalf of my past self who thought that she could do a good job on translating. She didn't. So I'm sorry if you saw that part of the video. I was so stupid. But I learned from my mistakes. So anyways, this is Women Who Fight Can Be Found by Catalina Ruiz Navarro. And then the next one is God Loves You by David Jeremiah. This one I have actually read and really enjoyed it, but I honestly read it back in 2016, 2017, so I don't remember much about it. I just know that I really enjoyed it, so I want to reread this one. And then we have The Extraordinary Adventures of Foundling Mick. This one I actually thrifted back when I was in Barcelona, and I just picked it up because of the cover. I believe it's a gorgeous book. I don't know about the plot at all. This book doesn't come with a back description, so I'm so sorry about that. Anyways, that's this one. And then we have When Stars Collide by Susan Elizabeth Phillips. I picked this one up at HomeSense when I went on a trip to Canada, just because it was on sale and the blurb didn't sound that bad. It's about a girl who is an opera singer but it's really famous, and the love interest, it's a football player, and basically the whole plot circles around them needing to work together, but he has some prejudices around superstars because he feels like they're always divas and he just can't stand girls like that. But obviously as he gets to know her, they will fall in love. So yeah, that's this one. And then we have the two books that you saw me buy on my last vlog, Things We Never Go Over by Lucy Score, and then The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I do want to read these books, but since they are very new to my collection, they can wait a little bit for their turn. And yeah, that's all for my physical TBR. If we had to organize all of these books by the likelihood of me reading them, I would say they would be gathered like this. The most likely pile would be these three books. The for sure I eventually will read them will be these three books, and the I want to read them, I just don't know when, would be these other four books. Yeah, it's not that bad, but still I have a lot to read. And then as for Kindle, I've just been noticing that a lot of the OG BookTok books are being available on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm just taking advantage of that. So first of all, Also, we got TBR and Off Campus series by L. Kennedy. I have read The Deal and The Chase, which are the first books of each series, and that's mainly because on Apple Books they only give you for free the first ones, and I honestly wanted to see what all the hype was about. I started with those, so I thought I would just take the chance and finish both series. I absolutely loved The Deal, and The Chase wasn't my favorite, but I also really enjoyed it, so I'm really excited to continue reading about this whole universe. And then I recently saw that the Addicted series by Kristen Becker Ritchie is also on Kindle, so I just had to download the whole series. But the only problem is that this is a whole fucking universe of about 22 books, which would take me a little bit more than 6 months to go through. So as of right now, I just have the Addicted series downloaded. I've read the first one, which is Addicted to You, and I really enjoyed it. I'm really excited to continue reading the whole universe, but I know it will take me a lot of time to do so. And last but not least, I have the Chestnut Spring series, which I'm planning to do a reading vlog of the whole series next, because I've only heard really good things about it. I have never read a cowboy romance just yet, but I'm really interested on this series. And yeah, that's it as of right now. If we take into consideration the other books that I want to read that I haven't been able to download on Kindle, would be the Laika series, also by Kristen Becker Ritchie, and then I had Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher, which I'm also dying to read because I absolutely love the Dreamland Billionaire series. So yeah, that's those. If we get the final numbers, on Kindle I have 33 books pending to read. If you take into consideration all the books that I just mentioned, if we just count the ones that I have downloaded, they are 20. And then if we take into consideration all the books that were mentioned on this video, they are 43. So I will put on the screen the percentage of books that I have read, the percentage of books that consist on my TBR, and I guess at the end of the year we'll see how many books from this video I managed to read. If we're being realistic, they will not even be half of the books mentioned, but a girl can dream, and it's always nice to have a lot of options to choose from. So yeah, I think that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see a little bit more of my day-to-day life, you can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I would truly appreciate it, and I guess I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I have... ¿Cómo se llama esta mierda? Where's my phone? Oh, okay, wait a second. I'm personally... It broke. No, it broke. Like to be